in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and we are kicking things off with our last Grand Prix entry match. This is the last wild card slot in the Grand Prix for the summer season, and we're going to be seeing if Alexei Zakar, who has recently lost his television championship, can get into the Grand Prix for a shot at the world title against Hermes Rhapsodies.
Ooh, talk about not the easiest bounce-back opponent for Alexei Zakar, fresh off losing that television championship last week to Trent Taylor. But should be noted that Aaron Payne has been banned from ringside for this match by Hera to ensure that there must be a clean winner. Because I think that's probably a wise decision, considering Aaron would most likely love to just attack Hermes since he's going to be in the ring alone. No other members of the Paradise with him.
I agree. I think that as it stands, honestly, I'm not quite sure where things are going to go in that regard. It's pretty hard to tell exactly, because it seems like Hera herself is having trouble with Hermes.
Yeah, that video last week was pretty damning towards Hermes himself. The point that he was like, "You can fire me if you want, I don't care," which is just words that you didn't think would come out of this man's mouth after he was our first world champion, held so much pride in representing SOW.
Yeah, I think he's really fallen off in terms of the proverbial rocker. It's something has changed in Hermes' mind and his brain that has turned him into a different person. Unfortunately,
at this point, I don't know if we can blame just Kevin Daniels or Byron on it. There was clearly something wrong with him from the beginning that we just didn't know about, that they've been able to exploit to this degree.
Well, I'm sure there was some measure. I mean, we always saw the fire he had for proving himself. There's clearly some measure of personal, there's a personal agenda at the very least for Hermes in being part of the Paradise. What that is, I can't quite say, because I'm not him, I'm not his family, I'm not his friends, I don't have any conversations with him directly, but it's clear to me that there's been more to this than just losing the world title and trying to win it back for quite some time.
But then kind of on the flip side, I mean, for the longest time, Alexei was viewed as just a good tag team guy, and he just had an incredible singles run with that television championship. Kind of getting into the Grand Prix almost feels like a natural evolution for him, but obviously the only way to guarantee himself a slot is to win this match against a former world champion. So that's kind of like putting a lot of pressure on his shoulders just from this match, let alone what pressure that Caster has put on him to pull this victory off here.
And you can be assured that Hermes is not going to make it remotely easy. I mean, even though he's not world champion now, he still has the same skill, in fact more now than he had when he was world champion. SOW's roster has been improving so much over time, including our original world champion, who's become, some have said, a better wrestler since losing the title than he was while holding it.
I think I'd have to agree with that take, honestly.
It's hard to dispute it. I mean, the results speak for themselves. The matches he's had, the aggression he's developed. Before, he would just do a lot of high-impact, high-fly moves, and he'd run out of gas after a while. We haven't seen Hermes run out of gas in a long time. He's wrestling much longer, much stronger than ever before.
Ooh, big super kick there from Hermes, knocking down Alexei. What a follow-up from Hermes straight into the cover.
Yeah,
showing some of that improvement we were just talking about. That was an incredible sequence from him there. Well, Alexei right back on the attack, wasting no time, taking that momentum back into his corner for 5 seconds.
Hermes is quick to counterattack and respond. Alexei catches the foot, gets caught in the back of the head.
Ooh, stiff punch.
Elbow. That was a very stiff elbow. Now Hermes has him in the corner, just kicking away at the chest of Alexei Zakar. They're trying to go for those German suplexes. He's hit those quite frequently since his return. They've become a massive part of his arsenal. Oh, wait a minute! That's the Hellforce DDT. Hermes used that in great effect during the Global Junior Scramble Tournament, and Alexei just kicked out.
And that was showing us some of that growth of Alexei. And now look at this, big senton off the top.
Follows it up with some mounting elbows.
10 minutes gone.
The bolt of that, gets up, picks him up, and there's that butterfly gut crusher and the usual taunt. Knocks him down. Wait a minute, slide to sticks. Been a while since we saw that one. Slams him down.
Here.
Huge 450 senton. He's not done. Goes up top. He's stalking. Maybe thinking that shooting star DDT, but Alexei moves out of range.
Very wise by Alexei. Just kind of keep him in this match. It's kind of hanging on by a bit of a thread. This momentum is heavy in Hermes' corner. As Hermes wins the strike exchange into the cover, but I didn't think that was going to do it.
It is starting to have a bit of a struggle from all the offense that Alexei has piled on throughout this match.
Oh, and now Alexei in the corner, stalking his opponent.
Big shotgun drop kick right out of the corner. But Hermes back to his feet in time. Caught, capture, suplex. Alexei's not done. Sliding elbow strike, goes for the cover. 1, 2, no.
Hermes is feeling the damage dealt for sure.
Yeah, Alexei's been pressurizing him almost this entire match, even while Hermes has had moments of good moments of control.
Oh my God, into the corner!
Tiger suplex into the turnbuckle. And there's the German. Hit swift and strong. Brings him back to the center. Lining him up for another of those, I believe the shotgun drop kick yet again. However, Hermes recovering first. Alexei using up too much energy there.
And that could be the deciding factor in this match if Hermes can get something else going. Is Alexei's tank empties?
That's a second rope superplex. He sends him right back to the other corner. Looking to try again with another one. Gets caught. German suplex into the turnbuckle. Hermes has to roll out of the ring to avoid further damage.
These turnbuckle suplexes can have some lingering effects beyond tonight if Hermes isn't careful. I think he's looking to put this one away right here.
There's a shooting star press. Only a 2 though. But Alexei is not done. Huge uppercut. He's giving Hermes Rhapsodies the fight of his life. Comes off the top with another big senton.
I think regardless of the result, Alexei is showing that he can hang with world champion in this match.
There's a super kick.
Poison Rana there.
Goes immediately for the cover. Alexei kicks out. And once again, setting Hermes up with a body slam center of the ring.
It's the third time the charm.
Goes shotgun, drop kick.
He's up, but so is Hermes. That move is not affecting him in any way.
Hermes now with a butterfly suplex. Starting to rip at the legs. That'll weaken the power of those shotgun drop kicks even further. As Alexei lines it up again, you know he's trying to follow this up with that H-bomb, but Hermes won't give him the opportunity. Pulls him away from the corner, off the ropes, Phoenix splash! And he gets it.
Hermes is officially in the Grand Prix. I think Alexei might have just sent a message to the locker room that the television championship run was not a fluke. Addressing Aaron's challenge. Wow.
Oh, jeez.
That is not how I've ever referred to my mother and live to see tomorrow.
Yeah, I gotta say the same.
Sounds like he's gonna make Aaron run the gauntlet, like literally.
Picking the first opponent is Trent Taylor. Clint Cassidy as well. So that's three. He said he's going to pick three names. Is the third going to be like Manny? Ray?
That makes sense.
Oh my God.
That's cruel. That is cruel by Hermes Rhapsodies.
Forcing Aaron to fight his tag team partner just for a shot at his original tag team partner. And only Aaron's rank points will be on the line in this gauntlet, as well as if he earns the match against Hermes.
Aaron would almost be a fool to accept this, but he wants Hermes so bad that I think he will.
He's only going to have 2 days to recover if he accepts. Oh, I think this one might be for you.
Oh, I mean, look, I'll knock your little blonde ass out, boy. Get over here then. Come on.
And now it's time for what has been dubbed the besties bout. It'll be between the women's tag team champions, Cameron Stone and Kat Roberts, facing off against one another.
Everyone has their favorite ways of celebrating. I guess it kind of tracks for these two that their way of celebrating their big tag team win is to fight each other.
I mean, it's interesting to say the least.
I mean, it's going to be a good match, too. That's the
that for sure. I cannot imagine these two having a bad match with one another. They had a lot of matches against each other as they were coming up before they formed their tag team to begin with, and they were always exciting and usually pretty back and forth. Also, I'm just going to vibe to this for a second. I love that part of that song so much.
But she gave you such good time to vibe to it as well.
Yeah, she always lets me vibe to her thing. I appreciate the wrestlers when they know they have a good theme, they take their sweet time so we can actually get to chill and hear it. And here we go. Top shelf shit versus the last bastion of the DDT.
Well, you have to imagine the tag division on the women's side is watching this match with an eyebrow raised, right?
I mean, they're definitely going to be in an intensive match just a few weeks before they're going to be defending those tag titles, so.
And I believe from my understanding of it, they are expected to defend a world record based on what they said last week, but it sounds like their opponents may be determined purely by ranking.
Yep, that is how it's, as far as I'm aware, that is exactly how it's going to work out.
I think the only caveat would be if a member of that tag team is in a singles match on the card.
No, I believe so they would still be defending the belts. They would just have to defend them.
Oh,
in
really?
The pre-show. Yeah. If you're going to be the tag champs and singles champ, you're going to be pulling double duty on the night.
Break.
That means that, obviously, if you look at our top rankings right now, it's the Bangers, who they defeated to win the tag titles, currently still the #1 ranked team, but then Shining is still right behind them with just about 1 point between the two. Be curious to see if Aiko shows interest in that much. She's also challenging for the Women's World Championship.
Yeah, I think we'll have to see what the Aiko does. We might find out even later tonight. I don't know. We have room for somebody else to talk to tonight if somebody wants, but nothing confirmed at least at the moment. However,
Bia has the match later tonight, so Aiko's probably here.
Yeah, I would imagine so. So what I was gonna say is, if I know Aiko well, and she wants those tag titles, I would not be shocked that if Aiko would try to pull double duty. It's
probably one of you who could.
Yeah, it fits right there in there with her usual beliefs. Right now, Cameron's starting to take a bit of control, but Kat with a nice counter. Those headlocks blocking Cameron's ability to really progress with the holds. Now Kat's got the, great counter from Cameron there. I didn't say Kat's got the hammer lock applied, but beautiful out. Into a running bulldog, but Pat Roberts blocked the damage on the way down, got up first, responds with a shot to the body. Brings Cameron back into the ropes and dumps her over the top. Lets her get back in. They're right back to trading blows. Now it's Kat's turn to be sent to the ropes and hit with a Manhattan drop.
I would say if this was your first time watching SOW, you'd be very confused thinking that these two are women's tag team champions the way they are going at each other in this match.
Oh, they aren't. Neither one of them is one to hold anything back. The whole point of this match is to celebrate your win with each other, but you're still having a wrestling match. Oh, nice kick directly into the cover, giving Kat no time to recover. And Kat responds with a wrist lock suplex. Now, one thing to note, Kat Roberts has yet to go to the outside, follow Cameron to the outside. We've seen Kat loves to brawl when she gets the opportunity. The fact that she hasn't taken that opportunity quite yet, despite having it twice, is notable at the very least. I don't know if that'll remain a consistent theme. Oh my God. I don't know if that will remain a consistent theme or if at some point we're going to see her cross over those ropes, but another Manhattan
her
drop.
jaw's gotta be hurting right now, though. There's just no way that it hurt.
The sidewalk slams and layered down and a chop to the chin. It might have even hit just below, maybe hit the throat just a bit, take some air out of the lungs of Kat Roberts. Kat responds with a knee drop to the chin. Punch to the gut. And now blow for blow between the two.
Those close fist strikes holding back nothing here.
Knee drop for the cover too, but not quite there. Belly to belly. And a short arm lariat.
That could be setting it up. Oh no, what a counter. That was a perfectly timed counter from Cameron Stone. Wow.
And now the figure four is locked in.
Give up.
Cameron knows well what it is that Cat's going for. And she hits the cave in, goes for the cover two, and not quite the three.
I thought that was going to do it, that cave
There's the short arm lariat for the cover.
Oh.
But no.
Well, she didn't go for a DDT after that one. I think she should have. She might have won the match.
But she got countered the last attempt. She might be thinking it's going to take a little more.
Oh my God.
Off the top of the belly to belly. Has her lined up. The measured knee. But Cameron gets up.
She knows her partner too well. She's making it a nightmare to land a DDT on this match. But I think even Cameron knows a DDT spells 1, 2, 3.
There's a counter and the cut into a DDT.
But can she capitalize? Both women are down. Cameron's up first even.
She saw the counter. She must have held on the impact just enough to prevent herself from taking a pinfall. Huge drop kick to the chest. Slips behind. And the sleeper is applied. Oh!
Oh, wait a minute!
DDT! Into the cover! Is that it? 2! Gets it!
What a match. Those are your tag team champions, folks. And it might not get much better than them in the ring right now. They are on a tear.
Man. All right, next up we have Los Diablos Imperdonables versus Legend of Heart.
So maybe you can give me some insight here. It's not prohibited gate season, right? I'm just double checking my calendar. You know, we're still a ways away from that, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So, why in the world, on our run to one of our biggest shows of the year, do we have two tag teams facing each other, and they don't even work here? Neither team!
Well, as far as I have been informed, this is going to be a much more open season as we slowly prep for the men's yearly World Tag 500. There's going to be an allowance now for any teams within the American region to compete with
the
SOW.
directors have lost their minds. They've lost their minds. I know we tout that SOW has some of the best talent in the entire world, but we have literal precedent for our world championships being held by people who don't work here and the awful things that come with that. So I'm very surprised that the board of directors has taken this approach.
Well, one way or another, we are about to see ACLL versus JEPW war in an SOW ring.
And both teams lose? You know what?
I mean,
Time on the draw. Let's go, baby.
I
Time
was
on the
gonna
draw, baby.
That would still give both teams points.
But not 4 points. All right, time for a meteor to hit the ring. Both teams lose by disqualification and molten lava death.
That would include us.
It's a small meteor. It only hits the ring. We just have to replace the ring.
I don't think I want our referee or any of our fans.
But we can pull him out. We'll pull off the ref last second. It's fine.
Well, in the meantime, it is Avery Edwards in the ring with Lord Barbados. Los Diablos Imperdonables have been on a bit of a tear in ACL. Currently undefeated. However, on the same vein, Legend of Heart is considered the War's second best tag team right behind the Journeymen. And they've been on the rise as well, so we're going to have to see which of these two teams... Oh, what a fake out from Lord Barbados.
I just can't believe anyone would want to willingly team with Avery Edwards. That's insane.
Well, James Hartwell and Avery Edwards have a long history backing the rule of war as a whole. It's not shocking that they still are teaming together now that it's become just JEPW war. Barbados in the corner, knee strikes, goes for the cover right in front of the partner before cut plays loud. This is still being wrestled under SOW rules, no lucha tag rules, or JPW rules here in this match. Oh, what a power bomb. Now the back and forth exchange, the chest chops coming out on top, tag back to Barbados. And keep in mind that these guys as well in JPW, Diabolico and Barbados have a lot of history teaming together. Barbados spent a lot of time teaming with what was originally called Lucha Storm, the team of Diabolico and El del Asesino, before both of them turned on Asesino.
5 minutes gone.
Very quick 5 minutes of this match, too.
The first 5 minutes have gone through already. 30-minute time limit as usual for an SOW match, a standard SOW match, tag or single.
Give up. Give up.
A little test of strength here.
Oh, but a quick reversal into oh! Great reversal into a pin. Attempt to continue on the back grapple, but Hartwell manages to fight his way free. Solid counter wrestling between both of these two.
Yeah, but Hartwell wants no more of it.
Tag to Avery. He was gonna go for a running move, but Hartwell did a great job getting in the way, preventing Avery from taking additional damage there.
Still not a lot of love for Avery Edwards here in SOW after everything he tried to pull last year. Wasteland!
No, I imagine not. And the crowd, even though Diabolico not really all that loved in ACLL, very loved still here in SOW.
I think it's also a lesser of two evils whenever you're up against Avery Edwards here.
Oh, he was
You're
going for
probably
that.
just going to get sheared.
He was going for that pump handle power slam, but it was avoided.
believe that should activate cut play, no?
Yep, SOW cut play rules for a 30-minute match. 10 minutes in, cut play will become effective. Oh, nice counter there from Barbados. There's the short arm lariat in for the cover. 1, 2, Diabolico not bothered at all. He knows Barbados too well. Hook to the face. Oh, but there it is! Pump handle, power slam. That's going to get the cut play. And a perfect breakup by Diabolico del Plata. And both members of Imperdonables taking command of this match.
And the boos overtake. One strike from A.B. Edwards, and they go crazy booing him. That is some insane levels of heat, so to speak, for one man.
Now James Hartwell, the archetype in the ring. It's a strong backdrop. However, Barbados, far too tanky for a simple backdrop to keep him down, whereas Hartwell, despite having some time to rest, has taken a good chunk of damage throughout this match. Oh, solid sidekick from the archetype. Very good stretch here from Diabolico. Hard to get out of that easily. However, Diabolico lets it go as they get towards the ropes. Tag called for by Barbados and made by Diabolico. Barbados circled around there, preventing any form of potential tag escape for Hartwell. Now he goes up top. Oh my God! A man that size hitting a shooting star press, that's terrifying.
Yeah, Dave Edwards able to use cut play to cut it off because I believe Diabolico was on cooldown from leaving the ring. Well, no cutoff attempt can happen.
However, on the flip side, that means that now they have an additional one on the side of the Imperdonables. Oh, what a backdrop! Oh my God! Kicked him while he was down. Holy shit! However, Avery gets him up and hits him with the bitter end, and he's not done. Tiger suplex on the outside, still not finished.
They've been wasting too much time.
Well, he gets back in the ring in time. And there was the Dragon Hammer on Lord Barbados. Avery Edwards handling both members
oh my God.
Of this
team. Where he left off.
However, the cut play on the Imperdonables side. Meanwhile, Diabolico del Plata now having managed to recover in that skirmish. Gets the tag to Barbados, who is still largely fresh. Oh, what a low-angle suplex! And that's the last cut play from Legend of Heart, I believe. Whereas Imperdonables still have one.
They still have one. I'm not 100% sure on it, but I haven't seen them use one where there's been no one on the other side. Oh, buckle bomb from Lord Barbados!
Goes for the cover.
Well, they just used it.
There's the last cut play. A double team attempt was coming in. However, Avery Edwards fought it off with pretty good ring awareness, knowing where both his enemies were. Now I believe both teams may be out of cut play.
The only way they can get one now will be from the ref awarding the side one.
Lord Barbados in control at this point. Picks up Avery Edwards, backbreaker, and then across the knees. Oh, there was still one remaining for Imperdonables.
And they wasted it.
Only thing again, they weren't wasting. They were going for the double team move and could not get it because Avery Edwards was too aware of his situations. However, they did catch James Hartwell with a double drop kick. Hartwell to the top. Big splash across the body. Could this seal it? No. Now cut play is down for both teams. And a destroyer from Barbados goes for the cover. No.
No, not enough.
The archetype remains in the match. And hits a crazy backdrop. Is he going for the 12 gauge? No, he gets caught. And the torture rack is applied.
All Avery can do is watch.
He lets Hartwell down. Hartwell was refusing to give up. Oh, wait for the cutter, but couldn't get it.
Great dodge by Barbados.
There's a turning belly to belly, goes for the cover. 1, 2, no! Hartwell needs to get the 12 gauge, but he can't get it. Instead, he hits another spinning belly to belly, but still, Lord Barbados kicks out. And another belly to belly.
He said it didn't work twice, maybe it'll work thrice, or not. He's gonna go to something else.
Oh wait, he gets
Torture
caught
rack again.
Torture rack, backbreaker. Pulls him away from the ropes, goes for the cover. Will he be able to kick out? No.
No.
Imperdonables Lord Barbados seals it for the ACLL team.
Fans can't help but cheer because screw Avery Edwards.
Well, it seems like Bia Quinn has told Aiko to focus on the world title. Not only for herself, but also because Bia wants to win the belt back from Aiko.
I guess that makes sense. We knew they were always going to be rivals, kind of like, you know, regardless of their status as a tag team. And in fact, it's actually kind of good to see Bia take a singles match on tonight. I'm actually looking forward to that because it feels like it's been forever since we've seen her in singles. But yeah, so I guess, you know, we were kind of speculating earlier, would Shining, would Aiko be pulling double duty? Well, I would imagine that was kind of hard confirmation that we will not see Shining compete in a tag team match between now and world record, which means it will be mathematically impossible for them to get that title shot.
I imagine so. I think Aiko is going to be training now at the words of Bia, at the behest of Bia, to face down and potentially take back the title from Hikari Muramasa. That is, of course, the main event of world record. The second ever world record and the second time it will be main evented by Aiko Kimura.
Here is a woman who really hates Aiko and a woman who formerly hated Aiko.
Well, I think with Doe, I don't think it's ever been about hating with Doe. I think it's literally just she wants to be the woman who retired Aiko. She wants that accolade on her repertoire, her resume, forever. It's a point of pride and ego, I think, more so than direct disgust or hate. However, of course, when we talk about one of her stablemates in Charlie Scene, Charlie hates Aiko for sure by now.
He might have inherited Bia's hate even at this point.
Speaking of Bia and milestones, currently Bia is the only woman, I believe, who is undefeated at Victory Lane. Aiko currently, because she's 1-0, undefeated at world record. We're gonna have to see if we build any world record records this year. We also
keeping an eye on.
Byron won his only match at world record so far, so that's another one to keep track of course.
Oh, Ryan as well, right? So that means that one of those guys is guaranteed to lose.
Yep, we have a good chance that potentially both of those could fail to start streaks.
Yep.
And then there is, of course, a more unfortunate streak in the Ali Nagadomi has been to Victory Lane twice now in the main event. However, unable to be successful in his last match. So his attempt to build a streak for Victory Lane has flopped already, unfortunately. I'll have to go back and look through the history of both our previous Victory Lane shows and see if anyone other than Bia has a streak going. Of course, it's
also
not
so much of the world record card that's unknown at this time too. So we'll have to see who else is able to make their way into the show.
Absolutely. Believe I can get access. We've had 2 Victory Lanes so far. The first one, it contained, let's see, the winners of the first Victory Lane. We had Moment for Life won. Maria, I believe Maria Ramirez came out with victorious. Aaron Payne, what was at the time a Death Row stable. Castor Lichten, Ryan Richardson, Bia Quinn, and Ali Nagadomi. And then at the second Victory Lane, the winners were Hermes Rhapsodies, Nephthys. I do not remember who won the trios match. I'll have to go back into my records another way later. But then we had the rematch between Castor and Damien, which I believe Castor won once again. So Castor has a streak going at Victory Lane. Then we had the Destined Saviors came out with a win at their first Victory Lane appearance, as a team at least. Bia Quinn, of course, got her streak going. Aiko 1-0 at Victory Lane, and then Nagadomi Ali lost to Byron Mitchell. So we've got 2 people with 2 wins at 2 Victory Lanes. Castor Lichten for the men, Bia Quinn for the women.
2 people with a lot of pride probably having those streaks. Because you know they're both aware.
Absolutely, and now when we look at the world record card upcoming, we have the winners from that card, the original one. We had Death Row, or the team Death Row, which was at that point, I believe, soon to be revealed as the Paradise. if not already revealed. I think already revealed. In fact, I'm not 100% sure on that. Then we had Damian Oxley defeating FTL. We had, at the time, it was El Rey de Guerra retaining his national championship. Death Panther claimed victory on that night. The team of, I believe it was a mishmash team of sorts of Kaito and Kurata claimed victory. Then we had Charlie Scene won, Byron won, Ryan won, and Aiko won. So those are our streak potentials if they're on the show this year. And we know a couple of them for sure are. Of course, as we're going into this match, 10 minutes in, it has been ongoing for a good minute. They have been fighting. Doe doing a pretty good job. I mean, she's never been a bad wrestler, but she's keeping up pretty well with Thea. What would you say?
Yeah, I mean, we know Doe is very talented. So it's not surprising necessarily. And also, if you look at it from this angle too, this applies not just to Doe, but to Bia. They've both been very focused on their tag team careers lately, especially with trying to become the first ever tag champions over the last few months. That, you know, it takes a second to get back in that mindset of not having someone on the ring apron that you can tag out to and catch your breath. So both of them kind of stumbling around here in a few spots during this match, making some mistakes that I think previously they wouldn't.
Yeah, it's always a little difficult when you go right out of a big tag tournament and a tag rush up to the tag tournament back to singles action. But here goes Doe to Bomber. Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Nowhere, a pitchmaker. What the hell?
1, 2,
I mean, that's it.
let's go!
That was it.
Wins.
Holy
She shut us the hell up so fast. Oh my God!
She had enough. She got hit in the face with Doe's ass twice, and she said, "Sit the fuck down."
Did we announcers jinx Doe Hayun? Oh man, she's gonna let us have it.
Well, now it is time for the main event. This is, of course, a national championship open challenge being hosted by national champion Tony Lee.
Crazy how we back-to-back national championship open challenge main events here on Ignition, but I will never be upset about seeing a championship match on free TV. Makes you wonder who in the world's gonna answer it. There are so many people getting for this championship right now. They all want to use it, cash in that option C, and become, or have a chance to become, the world heavyweight champion. So it truly could be anyone.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's why Tony Lee likes it.
Oh, it seems like it looks like Damian might be willing to answer the... What?
No, what? What?
There's no shot. It's been forever.
I thought it was in JPW on an excursion.
Well, you know, he actually was sent recently over to the War Division, which is here in America now.
Oh no, what have they done?
I guess, well, FTL is back. Or at least back temporarily. I will say it's very funny of the sound crew to specifically lower the volume of his music.
I mean, they were probably just as shocked as we were.
Fight! We haven't had to play that music in quite some time, but here he goes again with his show-off nature. Comes back, first thing he's doing, acting like he owns the place. Oh! Right to the chest with that drop kick. Tony Lee, not in. Oh my God!
Tony Lee's not impressed. You can see that already. Though, is anyone really impressed?
With FTL, probably no.
He just headbutts right to the base of the neck.
Ooh, trying to push him down, but Tony.
It's not working.
Very good, strong bridge from Tony. Oh, but he gets him.
Oh.
Stomp onto the hands.
I don't know what we expected. I mean, it's been so long since we've had to watch this slimy scumbag that I almost forgot that there's just nothing he won't do.
Kangaroo kick.
If anything, I guess we can see if his time in JPW has given any honor to him at all, but so far it looks like he hasn't learned a damn thing over there.
You know what I've been hearing is that he's been largely just running with Avery and James.
Oh, of course. That's the kind of company you can keep.
I mean, he was trying to beat Kevin Daniels as #1 apprentice, I guess, in the early season too. Didn't work out with him out there.
Nope, he was used like a damn flute by Kevin Daniels against Aaron Payne. All it cost was FTL to take multiple losses to Aaron Payne.
Right? And in the end, all it was part of the plan to wear Aaron down to get that Ignition Championship and its authority around the waist of Kevin Daniels. However, now FTL is looking pretty good in this match so far. Wrestling pretty hard. It's a solid drop kick to the chin. This is the national heavyweight champion here in SOW that we're talking about. This is going to be far from easy to maintain an advantage over Tony Lee.
Even if it's been a while since he's seen you wrestle or wrestled you, because these two have met up in the past, I believe. He just has to adapt, and it doesn't take long for him to do it because we're kind of already seeing it. That this like big offensive run by FTL is starting to get interrupted more and more.
Not perfect. The ropes and a perfect dodge by Tony Lee of that drop kick attempt.
That's 2 sequences and 2 matches in a row that we have successfully jinxed one of the competitors in the ring. Okay, excuse me. I thought we were partners, you and I, tag team partners over here. So I thought, if I get jumped by the wrestlers, you'd have my back. But it sounds like I'll be on my own.
Oh, big boot catches him running by. But Tony back to his feet. Back elbow, beautifully executed. Tony goes to the top and just jumps on the back of FTL. No respect. I can't blame him either. Oh, but the armbar, the Fujiwara armbar applied here. Tony gets to the ropes.
Oh, come on. Go figure.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to resort to whatever he can whenever he needs to in order to try and win.
10 minutes gone.
Could you imagine a world where FTL is the national champion?
He's come close a couple of times in the past to winning a belt here. Oh, but there is the flip over facebuster. FTL gets back to his feet, however. Tries to go for that big boot again, blocked by Tony, but then he goes for the arm breaker.
They're trying to set up that arm for a second Fujiwara armbar.
You know he wants it. Big boot to the chin. Drops him down, tries for the mount, but Tony with the reversal
He needed that too. That momentum was going back in FTL's corner really quickly.
And then a reversal from Tony, who goes into an arm wringer drop kick. Tony
Oh.
Lee right out of the ring.
Oh boy, this could get dangerous out here.
Working the arm some more.
Surprised didn't go straight for a weapon.
That's one thing that I have noticed FTL has not been doing down in JPW is going for those weapons as often.
6, 7.
They used to do that quite a bit. Back into the ring, catches Tony. Power bomb! But Tony back to his feet immediately. Goes for the cutter and Tony with a reversal! Rolling elbow!
Beautiful.
Very good counter into the cover. 1, 2, and he gets it. Well, it was a spirited attempt, however, the cheap tactics could not get him the advantage he was hoping. Tony Lee remains your national champion.
And, you know, Damien Oxley is less than impressed by FTL's return tonight, so we'll have to see if that leads to anything next week.
Absolutely. For now, everybody, that is all we have for you. As always, I'm your lead analyst, Double D, doing my commentating partner.
MD Punk.
We're signing off.